Hi everyone, my name is Mikaela and I'm here to talk about how to stay on track with your health during the holiday season. So just by tuning in to watch this video, you guys have already taken a step to bettering your health. I'm Mikaela, I'm a clinical health coach and a diet advisor here at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor. In this video, I'm just going to focus on some ways to stay on track with your health and your diet during the holidays. So things like natural sugar replacements, ways to avoid refined sugar, healthy recipes for your holiday gatherings that even are sweet but still on the healthy side, and supplements that we recommend here just to help you stay healthy throughout the colder season. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, some alternatives to refined white sugar. So organic honey being number one. Best for teas and homemade sweets. So I made this last year for my cranberry sauce on Thanksgiving. I used honey instead of, a couple cups of white refined sugar. And I personally liked the taste. Pretty much everybody couldn't really tell the difference. And I know for a fact it was a lot more healthy. So that's just one way to use honey instead of white sugar. Another one being stevia. This one isn't necessarily my go-to, but it is super popular right now. It's definitely better than white refined sugar, and I often like it in sodas. If you're looking for like a pop or a cola that is more on the natural side, sometimes if they're sweetened with stevia, they're really good. Next being monk fruit. A lot of baked goods that I make have monk fruit as the sweetener, but it's also really good in coffee. So they have it even places like Starbucks and Meyer. It's very, very normalized now. So monk fruit is really good too. Dates. I've never personally used these to sweeten anything, but I do know a couple of my patients use dates to sweeten their baked goods during the holiday season. So I wanted to definitely include that. Coconut sugar is really yummy in coffee and baked goods as well. So it kind of still tastes like sugar. It still has the texture like sugar, but it tastes also like coconut. So you kind of get an extra flavor in there, and I really like that. And then lastly, maple syrup. So this can be used in basically any baked goods rather than white refined sugar. And you really can't tell too much of a difference. This one's a really good one to use. And there's also more than this too, but these are just probably like my top six if I had to pick. So these are just some reasons on why you should avoid sugar in the first place. There's really a never-ending list on why you should avoid sugar, but these are probably my top 5 reasons when I'm explaining to people why it's important to avoid sugar in their diet. Number one being to decrease inflammation. So sugar causes increased inflammation in the body. So this can lower your blood sugar or raise it. This can affect your C-reactive protein as well as all other blood levels to be thrown off in the body. So this also explains why when patients start to eat sugar after they haven't in a while, their chronic pain starts to come back because they take one bite of cake and suddenly their entire body just becomes inflamed. So decreasing inflammation is one reason why you should definitely avoid sugar now, but also all year. Another reason would be to regain focus. So when you start to first eliminate sugar out of your diet, you might realize that you have a little bit of brain fog. So after that initial brain fog is gone, once you eliminate sugar, you actually will notice that your brain is working a lot quicker and you're able to focus a lot deeper on tasks. So that's another reason why I recommend people that avoid sugar. Another one is it boosts your energy. So some people will report that they feel tired when they first cut sugar from their diets, but overall, after that immediate feeling is gone, you actually will have more energy and you'll also be able to get out of bed a lot easier and feel a lot more refreshed. Along with another obvious one, it seems like, is to promote weight loss. So even if your entire diet is perfect, besides having a little bit of sugar here and there, that can be enough to just halt your weight loss completely. And then lastly, but obviously, like I said, there are so many other benefits to avoiding sugar, would be to improve your skin. So your skin is made of collagen, and when you eat sugar, collagen gets cross-linked with that sugar, and it can cause breakouts, loss of elasticity, wrinkles, dryness, and it could go on and on and on. So not only when you're young should you avoid sugar to kind of make your skin last as long as possible, but also as you get older, you should avoid sugar just to improve your skin health. So, some realistic ways to avoid sugar intake, especially during the holidays. It's not easy, especially when you're celebrating with family and there's so many sweets and goods and carbs available for the holidays. But one thing that I recommend to people is to just offer to be the one who brings the dessert to your gathering so that you can be in control of if it's a low carb dessert, if it's just a no sugar dessert, whatever is important to you. You can still show up with the dessert, but also know that it's not going to make you feel bad. Another thing would be to host the party at your home so that more dishes are made by you. This isn't perfect for everybody and it's a lot easier said than done, but if it is possible to have the party come to you, you can be in control of all of the meal, all of the sweets, and you can tell people what they can bring to help you out. So that's if that's possible, that's a really good way to stay in control of your diet. Another thing is to plan out when you're going to have your cheat snacks. I don't really like that word anyways, but planning out like if you're going to have sugar, what's it going to be? What are you going to splurge on? And then just not assuming that you will be perfect. There's so many options. If you just stay in control, that's a win for sure. And then lastly, eating a big meal before you go. So if you are going to someone else's house to celebrate, eating a big meal before you go so that then when you get there and you see your choices, you're not disappointed, you're not starving, and then resorting to just eating something horrible because you just needed to have something. So I always recommend that you just eat a good meal before going, and then you're not putting yourself in a position where you might have to eat something that isn't as good for you. So these are just a couple ideas of where to start if you're just kind of starting with becoming a little bit more focused on your health and ways to become more organic in your life. So I find some of my recipes at these three here on the left. These are websites. So the Modern Proper is really cool because you can filter between what's important to you. So whether that be like recipes that are just convenient or recipes that are low carb or keto or just avoiding sugar in general, you can filter through recipes and just pick the ones that are most important to you. So I really like that tool. Primal Peak is a website where they have farm to table recipes, blogs on motivation to kind of staying on track, and then also tips to getting the whole family on board. So if you yourself are doing great with healthy recipes, but you can't really get your kids or your significant other to be on the same track as you, this website kind of just helps you support you in that way. And then another website I really like is the Appetite for Energy. They have low carb lists. So, like, you could take this list to a grocery store and just buy what's on these lists. You can find alternatives to your holiday favorite foods and tips to avoiding sugar, like this video. So, Appetite for Energy, Primal Peak, and the Modern Proper are all really good resources if you're just starting out with finding some healthier recipes. And then a few grocery stores that help make the holidays more nutritious. So Whole Foods is great, Fresh Thyme is great, Trader Joe's and Plum Market, and then Arbor Farms. So the last two there are local to Ann Arbor. I think there are I know there are Plum Markets. A lot of other places as well, but that Arbor Farms is definitely local to Ann Arbor. And these are just really, they have a lot of organic options, a lot of low carb options, even aisles that are specific to certain diets. So just starting there and just working your way through it. It doesn't always have to be perfect, or you don't have to go cold turkey on anything, but these are just a couple simple things that you can try as you begin your health journey. And then these are some supplements that we recommend at the office when during the colder season, but also all year. So vitamin D, my favorite being vitamin D3 liquid that we sell at the office. Among a lot of other things that vitamin D is important for, it also boosts your immune system and regulates your mood, which is really important throughout the colder season. But vitamin D for people here in Michigan, I really recommend it all year round. Odds are you're not getting enough sunlight just by living here. So The next one being inositol. This one, it kind of helps to regulate your nervous system, but it also is really good at curbing sugar cravings. So there's honey in it, and it tastes really sweet. So we like to recommend that people either chew or suck on these little tablets of inositol, and it can kind of help to curb your sugar cravings, which is what we all really need during the holidays sometimes. Another one, elderberry, sometimes called sambucus. This is just loaded with antioxidants, and it gives your body the ability to fight off viruses. Anything that kind of comes in contact in your body, it kind of gives you the ability to fight it off. So that one's really good. Zinc boosts your immune system and metabolic function, so that's really important. And then lastly, but not least, being vitamin C. So this boosts your immune system and it helps repair body tissue. So that's also good in the winter, but also all year round as well. So these are just a couple more resources to eating smart during the holidays. So a couple more websites. One is All Day I Dream About Food. They have 30 low carb holiday recipes that you can just, that's a tab on the website. You can just click it and it's right there for you. Next being Whole30, they have a whole holiday guide of how to avoid, um, you know, just dairy or basically anything that's in like the Whole30 diet. They've made that into a holiday guide so that you can still stay on track with the Whole30 and only be eating whole foods, but also ways to incorporate it into the holidays with those traditional recipes that are higher in carbs. Weston A. Price, they're a great resource all year round, but they do also have a tab that you can click on that gives you 7 tips to healthy eating during the holidays. And then lastly, the Atkins website, they have a whole tab of holiday treats that are in the parameters of the Atkins diet and everything that they stand for. So just 4 more things to kind of look at as you're getting ready for your holiday gatherings. And then I will definitely leave this up here for a minute so that if you wanted to screenshot it or take a picture of the screen, you can. But these are some recipes for sweets that aren't technically like unhealthy. So they're both low carb. You can make them your own. So the one on the right hand side does call for like almond flour, coconut oil. You can make them your own. Along with the chopped up dark chocolate, I like to use maybe like 75% or 80%. A lot of people also, the recipe said that it could call for like up to 95% dark chocolate. So there's a couple different ways to make it your own, along with also those chocolate rice cakes. I really like almond butter in mine, but people use peanut butter, they use coconut butter. I mean, like there's so many different ways that you can make it a little bit different to your liking. So these are just a couple. And then also, if you didn't want to use monk fruit as your sweetener, you also have a couple other things from the previous slides that you could use instead of the monk fruit. So these are my sources that I used for this specific lecture, but as always, I learn the most from the practitioners at the office that I work with. Just being in rooms with them and hearing what they have to say is where I always learn the most of my information. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you would like to contact our office to become a patient or get some help throughout your holiday health journey, we would love to help you. Feel free to call us, email us, or visit our website. I appreciate you all watching the last video from our Nutritional Healing Center of 2021. I wish you great blessings in the new year, and I hope you all stay on track with your health during the holidays. Have a great night.